Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who are new to this, welcome to our program, our series. We call it the Myco series that is being run by Agri-Passion, that is going to be talking more on mushroom production and giving insight on the basics of mushroom production. My name is Tino, and I'll be representing Agri-Passion and giving you a run through what mushroom production is all about. This series is going to start with this episode, an introduction, which is going to touch on the background of mushrooms. The first thing that we need to understand in mushroom production is defining mushrooms. What are mushrooms? Mushrooms are fungi. The fungi are basically microorganisms or macro organisms, a type of organisms that do not photosynthesize, that do not produce their own foods like plants. An example of a fungi that we all know, that we are familiar with, is the mold that we usually see on stale bread. It's something that is very popular. All of you have come across this. This is an example of fungi, but a mushroom is quite bigger than this. But you need to understand that this is the same family. Now, this is kind of microscopic. But now, let's go to what a mushroom fungi looks like. What we usually know as mushroom is just but a small part of what a mushroom is made up of. A mushroom is made up of a lot of components, most of which is found underground or in substrate if you are doing it artificially, if you are producing artificially. But for those mushrooms that are found within the jungle or within the forest, most of it is found underground. Right. You need to understand that the one thing that we call the mushroom is what we know as the fruiting body, which is made up of hyphae and mycelium. Hyphae are long filamentous branches that are found within the substrate or within the soil from which the mushroom or the fungi is growing. This hyphae condenses together or combine together to form a vast network of these filaments, which we are known as mycelium. So hyphae is the smaller unit which combine together to form a bigger unit that we call mycelium. Mycelium is going to bunch and differentiate. When it differentiates, this is when we get things like the fruiting body, which is the mushroom that we see outside of a media, outside of the soil when you are in the field. Now, this program is quite new. Some of you would want to understand where we are coming from and where we are going, and would like to have more information on what we are offering. These are our contact details. Please feel free to contact us on WhatsApp, call us, or like our Facebook page, Agri-Passion Consultancy, or even email us on agripassionconsultancy@gmail.com. Now, to further on illustrate on what we're talking about, unlike plants, as I have earlier on indicated, mushrooms or rather fungi as a whole do not photosynthesize. They do not use light. Rather, they take food from other organisms or organic matter. How do they do this? There are different types of ecology types of nutrition in which mushroom achieve this. They achieve it saprophytically, or they can achieve it in a mycorrhizal way, or as parasites. By looking at it saprophytically, it's whereby they decompose or they feed on decaying organic matter. Amongst the decomposers, which is the main section or the main part of this presentation, rather, because we are going to be looking more onto the decomposers, the saprophytic fungi. This is where we find most of the mushrooms that we grow for consumption. Now, There are primary and secondary decomposers. Now, when you look at primary decomposers, they are the first. They are the first onto the site of decomposition. Like they are the first on site of organic matter. They are the first to attack the blade of grass. They are the first to attack decomposing wood. They are the first to attack, and thus they grow very fast. That's number one. Number two, they are grown on a variety of substrates. They are not selective. This is an example of the oyster mushroom that most of you are interested in growing because they are primary decomposers. We go to the secondary decomposer. The secondary decomposers, they come after some action has been done by the primary decomposers. It could be the fungi or it could be the bacteria. That's why you've got some type of mushrooms that require a pre-decomposition of substrate before you can grow them in a particular substrate. An example is the white button mushroom, which most of you understand requires slightly complicated methods in terms of managing the substrate or acquiring the substrate to use in production. So this is where this is coming from. This is why you need to compost for white button mushrooms, and why you need probably wheat straw in oyster mushroom, because oyster mushroom is under primary decomposers and white button mushroom is under secondary decomposers. So for an introduction, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say this is the end of my presentation, and thank you. We hear from Agri-Passion. We appreciate you listening through this video. I hope you were informed and you have learned something on mushroom production. If you were touched and if you feel you need to find out more about mushrooms, feel free to contact us on our WhatsApp number, and call us, like our Facebook page, and email us with whatever questions that you may have, and we'll help you. We are also there to help you establish your mushroom production facilities if you are interested in all that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening through. We hope that this recording has helped you.